Hey Aquarius, take two. I started the reading and realized I had no audio, so take two. This is a general reading for the collective of Aquarius, Sun, and Rising. Not date or time specific, other than we are still dealing with the energy of the new moon in Aries. We are in Aries season. We're coming on the other side of it. We, still kind of have all that positive forward thrust, the startup energy, the Nike Just Do It energy of this Aries new moon. So that may impact the reading, and it did kind of come out in the oracle, which I'll share in a minute. So just take what speaks to you. Leave the rest. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. I hope if you like the reading and you enjoy my style that you will join us by subscribing. And for those who are subscribed, please check out the membership. They're very reasonable. If you scroll down in the description box, there's a link inviting you to learn more about the memberships. Lots of extra readings there, unboxings. For the second tier, there are master classes. The next topic we're going to be reviewing is Wednesday the 14th on twin flames, soulmates, and karmic partnerships. So if you want to learn something, that would be a good place, from me at least. We'll see what I can offer, but that's the best way to do it. So I just wanted to make sure you know that. As always, if you enjoy the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video. That's, find the appropriate places on your social media to share it. Let's get the word out. And as always, subscribe. So just wanted to say that. So before I begin your actual reading, what had happened was I started and then I noticed, I double checked and the audio wasn't running. So I had already pulled your oracle and it was good. So I'm not going to do it over again. It was from Queen of the Moon Oracle, and I've been using that for the past couple days because of the new moon. So what I was looking for you was about like where you've been, where you are, where you're headed. And I'm following the lunar cycle. So from the new moon in Pisces to this new moon in Aries, where, what's the journey been? And it came out so perfectly, I almost can't even believe it. So first we have the darkness. This is where you've been. Card 40, darkness. And what I liked about that was it says long night moon, and it's the small print right there that's hard for you to see. And I'm not going to do a deep dive astrologically, but right before the new moon in Aries, we had a very long void period where the moon was void, of course. And so what that means is it wasn't really associated with any certain sign. So it really kind of had no sense of direction till it shifted into Aries. Anywho, this feels to me like that energy of that void moon asks us to be still and not take action and not, and to think and to go deep and to kind of reflect and review in our minds. Very Four of Swords energy, that kind of cocoon where you get very quiet with yourself and you take in, a period of reflection about like the past, couple weeks to a couple months. Anyway, that's the card you got for where you've been. Where you are, card 42, the masculine. So this is the lunar god. It to me is associated with divine masculine energy, but let's just say masculine energy in general, because we all have both feminine and masculine energies within. So even if you're here as a divine feminine, it's okay. Where you are right now is you're kind of calling on and flexing the muscles of your inner masculine energy to prepare for this action and assertive new moon in Aries. And as you're being pushed forward for the next 2 weeks till we have the full moon, this is the energy we need, right? To get things done. And to kind of help out those that are maybe a little weaker than us or a little bit, still kind of in this directionless energy. That's what is being called upon. So whether you're here as a masculine or a feminine, doesn't matter. You're calling upon your inner masculine energy, and then you get the action card. Couldn't be any better. Card 15. So the action card is that thrust into this startup energy of the Aries new moon. Lovely. I get it. So whatever it is you're trying to initiate, trying to take action on, this can be personal, it can be relationship, it can be business, or career or a project of some sort. This is the time. You've incubated long enough. You're summoning up your inner masculine. I got to take control of this and get things going. And then what you look forward to is putting it out in the world. So now you see why I was so upset when I realized, I was like, is my audio on? And it wasn't. So And I am not a video editor. I don't know how to do it. I don't have the time. So, okay. So this is a different spread than my normal. For this series, I've just been doing a Celtic cross to kind of focus in, clear out all the energy. We're in a new trip around the sun on the zodiac, so I figured I would just focus in on your energy. So this is for Aquarius, sun or rising. You could be here as a divine masculine, a divine feminine, a cross watcher, a sun or rising, whatever. This is just a general Aquarius, sun or rising. But of course, I always look at relationships, right? Ah, perfect. New beginning. So this is kind of, what's happening in your present life. It may be what's on your mind. Your mindset is about new beginnings. It could be about either making a big offer, receiving a big offer, or something that takes your connection to the next level. This is a card of commitment. You walk through that little gate, you're in Ten of Pentacles land. So I feel as if this is kind of on your mind. For some of you, it may be actually coming into fruition. It's very 3D. What's crossing you is the Queen of Swords. So I'm going to look at this more closely. I'll look at all of it more closely, but it feels to me as if there may be a lot of questions, or there's something that's very important, some truth that needs to kind of be uncovered. And so the Queen of Swords likes to cut to the chase and get to the truth. She's a truth seeker and a truth teller. So we have a little bit of both energies there. All right, I'm just going to pull the cards and then I'll walk you through it. Wow, wow. Oh my goodness. This reading, Aquarius, crazy. Okay. It's good. It feels good. Okay, so underneath, this is sort of what's rumbling around in your psyche and your subconscious, is the second chance energy of the Judgment card. Scorpio showing up here to kind of let you know you're at a crossroads here, being given a second chance at what? At a second chance at life, a second chance at success, a second chance at love. Got it? Life, love, whatever it is that kind of went off the rails, this is underneath. What you're hoping for is this opportunity for a second chance. It could be a card of forgiveness, either offering it or receiving it, but it is crossroads energy for sure. And it is about answering the call of the past life soulmate. I am saying that because what's crowning you, so this is underneath, this is what your thoughts are all about, is the Lover's card. It's a card of union, reunion for some of us, but that is a card of choice. So we've got that beautiful, airy Gemini up in our heads, energy of the Lovers, and underneath we've got the depths of that deep Scorpio, wounds being healed and opportunities being offered for redemption, second chances, whether we're seeking redemption or we're offering it. Got it? In the past, recent past, or it could be long ago, but this is generally a recent past card, there's been a lot of apprehension, fears, and insecurities being triggered because there's something, I kind of feel like sometimes there are hidden things with the moon. The sun represents our conscious awareness, the moon, our subconscious, right? So here underneath, even if you're kind of contemplating in your subconscious this opportunity for second chances and answering the call of the past life soulmate, you may not know what's going on with them. And so you may be very triggered by all of this. Pisces in that moon card. And then I mentioned the Lovers here. So that's part of your goal, is reviewing your choices with regard to this connection, your opportunities for reunion. Obviously, there are some questions you may have about that. And then going forward is the co-creative energy card, Three of Pentacles. Bringing it all together and building upon what you have. But it requires, teamwork. Okay. Really powerful. I love that you're kicking it off with an Ace of Pentacles. New astrological year, new trip around the sun for the zodiac, new moon season with that new moon in Aries, and Ace of Pentacles. Just beautiful. All right, new beginning with something that's balanced, fair, reciprocal, give and take. This has been coming through in a lot of readings. I think there's been a lot of one-sided connections. And so we're trying to bring things into balance in the here and now. This energy here is very charitable and giving of time, energy, resources, a sense of spirit. So I'm seeing almost as if wanting to take this connection to the next level for some of you in a way that there's an equal flow of give and take. For others, you're just looking for someone who's just generally more giving and committed in the here and now. Does that make sense? So I'm feeling like it could be a little bit of both. It's interesting that this Nine of Pentacles comes out. That's a little hit of Virgo. And 10 of Wands. Wow. And the Three of Swords underneath. So on some level underneath, I feel like you're getting ready to offload the negative karma and release the pain of the past. I kind of feel like this is the detachment. So not detached on an emotional level, but detached from a specific outcome. So whatever it is that this, I know I'm kind of going back and forth, I'm hopping around. I'll get it together, I promise. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles is kind of what you're after. It's kind of what's going on in your world, or at least what you're contemplating. And you're doing it from a position of autonomy and independence. You're able to attract to you here in 3D. Look at all the earth energy here, Aquarius, what you really desire. The problem with this Nine of Pentacles is while she can attract things to her, they don't always stay. This is the perennially single person of the tarot. Lots of suitors, but nobody kind of puts it on lock. So I get the impression that this is part of what you're trying to work through here. While maintaining your independence and autonomy, you kind of have to believe that you're worthy. That's part of the alignment for manifestation that is present in this Aries new moon. If you didn't see my new moon reading, it's up for 3 days now. Check it out. New moon in Aries, because we have a Mercury and Venus were also right there with the sun and the moon in Aries. So there was a head and heart alignment. And the problem with this poor Nine of Pentacles is she may be able to think about what she wants, but she doesn't always believe it or feel it at the level of heart that she's deserving or worthy. And so therefore she kind of has that issue of, attracting to her things that don't stay. And if you want this big offer and you want the reciprocity, you kind of got to drop into your heart chakra and feel yourself worthy of it. I'm just saying it for those of you that go, oh yeah, I could completely relate. And part of the best way to do that is to just detach yourself from any specific outcome. You put out there what you are trying to manifest and how you believe you are worthy. You can't manifest a person, right? Because there's free will. So if you're manifesting commitment of some sort, or a relationship where there is more balance and fairness and equal give and take, then you have to be prepared to allow that to be put on the path to come toward you in whatever form serves your highest good. You got to start with offloading all the past pain, right? Put it to bed. 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords underneath. Yup, I'm done with that. Powerful. So I'm just saying that once you kind of put to bed whatever it was that hurt you or caused you all this grief, I mean, that 10 of Wands weighs heavily on one shoulder. Once you put all that to bed, I think you're going to feel a sense of lightness. Here's what's crossing all of it is the Queen of Swords. So let's take a look. That is Aquarian energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in the swords. Oh, wow. So, okay. So I sort of feel as if what's crossing you here, part of the challenge, right? With regard to what you're trying to bring about or manifest. You've done a lot of the deep work here. right? You may have to guide this process along. The Hermit, you've kind of been on your own. Remember when I was talking about this dark moon, this sort of void period? Well, for some of you, it may be dark night of the soul. It doesn't have to be, but it's been a solitary journey where you've really done the inner work to kind of understand everything that went on, what you contributed. You know, it's about self-awareness and personal growth. So I feel like you've got a lot of questions, sure, and you're looking for many answers, yes, but you may need to be the guide. I feel like you've chosen the path of wisdom and understanding, and underneath we've got this divine masculine energy. So it could be that, especially if you are here as the masculine, that underneath you're kind of getting ready to shoot into your, right? Because that's where you are right now. Interesting. If you're here as the feminine or a cross watcher, it could be your divine counterpart. But I'm feeling as if like that's what's bubbling up underneath, is that preparation to take action. So what's crossing you is there's a need for information. Your role is the guide because a path needs to be chosen and the divine masculine has to get on board, especially if we end up with the Three of Pentacles. And underneath is that desire for the second chance, for let's have a do-over. We've reached this crossroads. Can we get past this now that we're offloading the painful, you know, whatever it was that caused the heartache, the heartbreak? Once you kind of release that from your shoulders, can we move past it? Can we offer each other forgiveness? Both of these kind of flew out at the same time. So I feel it doesn't matter which came out first, but I'm seeing there's an opportunity here to sort of take that leap. You've done the healing work, if you've done the healing work, which is part of what I was talking about over here. So if you're doing some reflection still, that's fine. But what's kind of hovering right underneath the surface for you, Aquarius, is this: I'm ready to take second chances. I'm ready to take a second chance. I'm ready. I know there's calculated risk. I've reflected on everything. I've done my homework. I've done my inner work. I'm ready to choose a path that moves us forward. But now you need to get the other party on board. Moon in the past. So some missing information or kind of seeking information that would help take the fear, the anxiety out of the situation. The moon triggers us because we can't see. It's like the veil. We can't see what's going on the other side. Sometimes there's an energy of illusion with the moon. And I kind of feel as if maybe in the past, some degree of checking up on or keeping tabs or just maintaining some form of communication to kind of get clarity around what's really going on with the other person. I'm feeling like I'm talking to Aquarians that are in separation, or at least haven't been talking, right? Look at this. I need to know, like if I'm having a conversation, I'm really apprehensive about taking any action steps, right? I'm kind of nervous about getting into this action energy because I don't really know what's going on. So I need more information to know if we can take this connection to the next level. If this person would receive my offer, if there's an offer being given to me, a new beginning, can we start again? Look at the circle here. This card is very much like the World card, new beginnings, right? And I feel as if something's being completed here and healed from, definitely, but in the past, could be recent, there's been a lot of uncertainty about whether or not you can bring that into being. Four of Wands with the twin. So we know who we're talking about. Lovers is where you are right now. This is what's crowning you, part of your goal, what you'd like to see or bring about for the outcome. You're worried, sure. Right? I was feeling anxiety with the moon. This is another card of anxiety. In this way, though, I feel as if, to some degree, the The moon is more about being apprehensive because you don't know what's going on. I feel this is more about worry and stress because a choice needs to be made. And when you have two people, we do have that, you know, the factor of free will. Will this person choose, right? Will they choose the union? Will they choose to reunite? So I feel as if there's some worry and concern here, but I get where you're going. Seven of Swords. Am I lying to myself? Will they be honest with me? You know, whatever this is about, I'm not seeing necessarily the liar, cheater, stealer energy. I'm just seeing some measure of concern about everything being on the level and somebody being honest about their feelings, honest about their choice. The Swords energy, yeah, I feel like you're up in your head about it. Very worried. So the Three of Pentacles going forward. I kind of feel like you need a level playing field. The Justice card can be about integration, right? The Justice card, she is not wearing a blindfold. So in the tarot, the Justice is not blind. It kind of takes everything into consideration before it passes its, you know, judgment. And I'm feeling as if, this is Libra energy, by the way, in order to kind of move forward and have you all working together to kind of build on what you have, especially if you're starting over or you're having this new beginning or taking a connection to a higher level, you kind of need a level playing field. Right? You need to sort of make sure everybody feels like the situation is serving them equally. This is about equality and fairness and a sense of justice, but it's also about integrating all the pieces all along the way. So if there's been heartache, you have to integrate that. If there are unanswered questions, you have to integrate that. If there's a need for more reciprocity, you know, the equal give and take, it's all about integrating everything that's kind of happened in the connection and having it work for you instead of against you. So I like that the Justice card comes out as more of a nod toward integration. Yes, here's the Divine Feminine with the unconditional love. Feminine and masculine showing up in the reading is very powerful. Eight of Cups underneath. So I feel as if the way I'm reading it is going forward, we kind of have integration. Divine Feminine is on the scene, already agreeing to kind of work together, that co-creative energy of the Three of Pentacles. So we have Divine Feminine, we have Divine Masculine, and we have Spirit, all working together to kind of build on the connection. It is a working together card where we've got integration, a level playing field, and we turn our back on the past, what no longer serves us. So I kind of feel this is a turning the back on drama. It's not walking away from each other. It's walking away from whatever this is about. Turning your back on the drama, turning your back on the past, whatever kind of wasn't serving you emotionally, especially if you want this new beginning. Right? You can't have a new beginning if you're still kind of wallowing over what happened in the past. There has to be a full and complete letting go. Okay, so Aquarius, if this is speaking to you, I'm going to complete the rest of this reading, and there's a link below to the extended. Here's what I'm going to cover. I'm going to pull advice from yourself, your higher self, spirit, the universe, your spiritual team. So looking at all this, what's the guidance going forward? Just like I do in all my regular extendeds. Then I'm going to look at what are the outside influences, what's going on in this, you know, in this behind the scenes that's out of your control, either with the other person, it could be events, it could be energies that may impact the outcome. So you want to know what that's about. Then I'm going to look at your hopes and or fears. What is going on within you that may be contributing to the positive end and the not so positive end of the outcome. And then we'll look at the outcome. What can you expect going forward? And then I want to do, so that's about the first half of the extended. The second half, I want to look at certain signs that have shown up here. I definitely want to look at Scorpio. So I'm going to write this down. Scorpio, Pisces, and Gemini. Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini. And Then I think I've got Virgo. I'll do Virgo. And I'll do Aquarius with Aquarius. Because we've got the Fool, we've got the Queen of Swords, so I'm getting a double hit there. Okay, so I'll be looking at Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Aquarius. And what that looks like is, if you are an Aquarius sun or rising, or if you're a cross watcher watching for an Aquarius sun or rising, if you are any of these signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. So if you have any of those signs with personal planet associations, that's what I'm reading for. It gives you a very broad sun, moon, rising, Venus. So that's 4 opportunities times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you got 20 opportunities to kind of find your connection in that part of the reading. That's why I'm doing it that way. So I hope you'll join me. The link is below. Otherwise, take care, Aquarius. Enjoy the rest of the energy of this new moon in Aries, and I'll see you in a future reading. Take care.